America's tech giant Palantir CEO Alex Karp said something that's been completely taken over out of context all over the internet. So here's what he said. There are only two ways to know if you have a future. First, you have a vocational skills. Second, you are neurodivergent. Now, if you happen to have a child with ADHD, you might be thinking, wow, that's great. Like my kid's gonna be successful in this AI era. Now, look, I won't deny it, like we the ADHDers do have some very obvious strengths, but does that mean people with ADHD on average end up doing better than everyone else? The reality is actually the opposite. So back in 2014, health economist Jason Fletcher from the University of Wisconsin-Madison published a study in the journal Health Economics. His team followed the same group of people from adolescence into adulthood. So they wanted to see how childhood ADHD affected people's lives later on. And here's what they found. Now, compare with people without ADHD. Children with ADHD were about 10 to 14% less likely to be employed as adults. On average, they also earn about 30% less income. Now, let me be clear. I'm talking about averages here, so it doesn't mean that every single person with ADHD will earn 30% less than everyone else. What it does mean is that when you look at population as a whole, ADHD doesn't come with a shortcut to success. Instead, it's associated with higher risks of unemployment and lower income. So the question is, why does this happen? If we had to boil it all down to one core reason, many researchers will point to executive function. Now, executive function is basically the brain's control center. It affects how well we plan, we stay focused, and how we manage our attention and follow through tasks. Because of that, it doesn't just affect our performance at work. It also affects how well we do in school and how stable our careers become, and whether we can keep moving towards long-term goals. Over time, those challenges can lead to things like dropping out of school or losing a job. And when those difficulties don't match what the real world expects, like for example, being able to stay focused, stay organized, and constantly getting things done, even if someone has many of these qualities that make a great entrepreneur, it can still be very difficult to turn those strengths into a stable career and a steady income. Now that also explains something that seems very contradictory. Like on one hand, we all see incredibly successful entrepreneurs with ADHD. On the other hand, the overall data shows that people with ADHD face higher risks in education, employment, and income. So if you have a child with ADHD, I think the real takeaway from Alex Karp should be something like, number one, your child may generally think differently from other people, but our job is to help them build better brakes and a steadier steering wheel so that maybe one day they will be truly able to drive their own car.